It is Calicious over here, the delicious man. Every man wanna be like me. Every woman want a piece of me. You know the rhythm. You know how it goes. Let's get it. So many times people disrespect you and they don't even know the reason why. So today I'll tap into the 8 things to why people can be disrespecting you and how you can fix them. Talking too much. When you talk too much, you will not put much meaning on your words, hence people cannot take what you say seriously. If you want people to take what you say seriously, you need to say less. Less in this case becomes more. When you talk too much, your word does not have any foundation. What that means is you basically say a lot of things and people are not going to take them seriously. When you talk less, your word has gravity. Your word means something. Talking less is a very important tool that you can use in any situation. I will also point out that talking less does not mean you become blunt. You can still be sarcastic. You can still be funny. You can still be mysterious and intriguing. You can still give out information, but you just use less words. That means you have to be precise in your speech. You do not get to use a lot of words that do not add any meaning to your speech. You hit the nail on the head. You don't want to waste time talking about unnecessary things that are not adding value to the progress of the dialogue. Most people find themselves in that trap where they're not precise in their speech. And if you do that, you are for the most part not going to be respected, because people respect efficiency. So if you're able to say and convey what you want in less words, that garners respect. What happens when you talk less is you will listen more. Listening is an important part of communication. Hence, you are more likely to process what the other person has said and internalize it so that you can give them an adequate response. You should not be thinking always about what you're going to say next. You should be thinking of what the other person has said. Hence, you internalize it and come up with a better response. I know everyone has heard of the karma effect. This is true also when it comes to respect. People respect the people that respect them in return. There is a difference between fear and respect. For the most part, respect comes from a point of love. There's a certain admiration that someone has to have towards you, that they respect you. To fear you comes from a point of hatred. Most of people around are very disrespectful, yet they expect respect in return. It doesn't work like that. This is the thing. This is the beauty about respect. Fear you can reinforce, but respect is earned. A quick and easy way to earn that respect is by respecting others, showing them that they matter, they are important too. If you treat others with respect, it's more likely that they are going to treat you with respect in return. If you disrespect them, they're going to disrespect you too. As in this case, respect is much more reciprocated. You want people to reciprocate what you give them. What you give is what you receive. Another reason as to why most people get disrespected is due to the fact that they are not action oriented. You get to say something, yet you do another thing. Your actions have to show that you are a dependable and reliable person. If you say something and yet do something else, it shows that you are not dependable. This is why I said you need to start talking less, because then people are going to remember what did this person say and what did this person do. And when they find that you did something and yet you said something entirely different, so what you did and what you said are not in tune, they're not matching, hence people are less likely to respect you when you say something. Why? Because you can easily just say something and do something else. People cannot rely on your word. And that is why you have to make your word ironclad. When you say something, it is as good as done. All the points that I've mentioned tie into each other. If you are action-oriented, that means that people are going to respect what you do. Because they know that you can put your hands where your mouth is. Another reason as to why people cannot respect you is because you do not have a stand on something. Your belief system is weak. There is a famous quote which goes, if you do not stand for something, you fall for anything. And this quote cannot be more true, especially in this time that we live in it. People respect it when you are able to hold your foot, your ground to something. Say, I'm not going to be able to do that, and you go ahead and not do it. People are going to respect you far way better, as compared to someone that is continuously saying something, and yet their belief system is something else. Basically, hypocrisy. There are so many people that are hypocritical to their own nature. They cannot speak out what they think and what they believe in. People respect you more if you are able to put your thoughts out there. Despite the judgment, you just go ahead and say, this is me, unapologetically. This is the shit that I do. Of course, your beliefs can easily change when presented with new information. As a logical and well thought out individual, you need to be able to take in input and be able to process it with your current information and be able to say, okay, what I knew back then wasn't as accurate as I initially thought. Hence, this is much more accurate. You need to have a moral fabric where you are not able to break certain things even for yourself. You're able to say, no, I cannot do that, even for myself. I can give you an example. In my case, I cannot give up. I do not allow myself to give up. The situation might be dire, the consequences, oof, but I do not give up. This is not to say I am committed to everything, because then I wouldn't have anything to commit to. But the thing I say I am going to do, I get to do. Bringing me back to my other point where I said, when you say something, it should be as good as done. So when I say I'm going to do certain thing, or certain said thing, I ensure that I get to do it. It does not matter how hard it gets, especially if it is for the benefit of myself. I get to do it. Another reason as to why people can disrespect you is you cannot help anyone, not even yourself. Let me tell you something. Given we're not living in a crown world where people are not judged on the basis of their appearance and they're judged on their abilities as an individual, their competency. If you cannot help anyone, not even yourself, trust me, you are going to be disrespected. What is there to respect? From where I'm standing, nothing. I get to be respected for the things I am able to do for myself. And hence for others. You can only help others once you've helped yourself. There is nowhere in the world where you can help another individual or you haven't helped yourself. This is why you get to see people listen to fitness influencers. Why? Because they've gone through the journey. You can see the results. It is able to show. It is clear as day. Oh, this person did this and that and that and that, hence they were able to get these results. If I am able to do something similar, I am not saying you go ahead and do everything that I have done. You take in this information and apply it to your life. Every situation is different. No situation is going to ever be the same. You have to understand that. Not everything is going to be as smooth and coherent as you expect them to be. You have to be able to take in information from your surrounding, from the people you listen to, from the things that you see, and able to interpret that. Help yourself. You cannot help anyone else. If you cannot even help yourself, you have to realize that you have the perfect positioning to help yourself. No one else is going to do it for you. So if you invest in yourself, become a better person as a result, people find you useful, hence you are going to be respected on the basis of your usefulness, and you have to come to that realization. Another easy way that you can get instant respect is by getting into fitness. Fitness is by far the best way you can go about it. Here are a few things that fitness helps you with. For starters, you become more confident. Your posture becomes more confident. You look more confident. You become more confident about your entire physique. And that is what is important. The more confident that you are about certain things, the more that you're going to be respected. Confidence is a key component in the aspect of respect. If you want respect, you need confidence. That is why I would encourage everyone to get into fitness right now. Fitness also fixes your mindset. When you get fit, you are going to start acting like a respectable individual. And as a respectable individual, you're not going to do certain things, which is instantly going to get you respected. This is one of my favorites. Men are now being taught it is okay to be emotional. Make no mistake about it. Men are always being emotional. Being stoic and emotional can exist at the same time in the same equation. The stoicism neutralizes the emotionalness of an individual. Hence, you become non-reactive. If you are too stoic, you are too cold. You cannot care about anything. If you are too emotional, you cannot think. Hence, you cannot resolve anything. If you are stoic, it allows you to process things. If you are emotional, you are able to analyze things from another person's perspective. That is where the emotional aspect comes in. You have to be empathetic and sympathetic to certain people, right? So that you are able to understand them and understand where they are coming from. It is hard for you to understand an individual if you are not able to put yourself in their shoes. That is borderline emotional. Other than that, you are doing too much. I want to cry in front of my girlfriend. Problems. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your problems. Your problems are yours and yours to deal with. You think people want to listen to your problems 24/7? Nobody cares. You fix your problems. People are going to respect you for it. You cannot just be too emotional. It is lacking an essence of masculinity in it. Masculinity at its essence is being able to internalize the emotions, understand them, think about your thinking, such that it does not affect your daily routine. You have to be able to think about your emotions so that you fully understand them. You are easily able to manipulate them to best work for you. You cannot have your emotions as your enemy, as it already exists. You have too many of those existing, hence your emotions cannot be part of them. You have to be able to easily isolate the emotions out of the picture. You will gain more respect as a result. You cannot be experiencing a crisis and you, as a man that people are looking up to, you go, I don't know what to do. What the fuck is wrong with you? That is the only time you get to be useful, when shit is going down, when everything is in shambles. That is when people will need you. If you fail to act, if you fail to be responsible for the situation and be able to handle it in an appropriate manner, then why would people ever find you useful? For what? Telling jokes? We have Kevin Hart for that. Why do we need you? You're not even that funny. So you have to understand that being too emotional is not the route to go. Being too emotional is a feminine thing to do. You cannot stick around and say all day, I am in a heartbreak. It doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, heartbreak is motivation. Use it for something else. Use it to motivate yourself. Do something with that. It's good for you. You cannot sit around and complain about it. That is one thing that you don't want to do. But you can use it, that's for sure. You can use it for something else, that's for sure. Can motivate you in so many ways, that's for sure. But you cannot sit around and complain about it. You cannot do that. That is unacceptable. So being too emotional is unacceptable. If you overreact and let your emotions take control every second of the way, people are not going to take you seriously. People are not going to respect you. Because people need someone that is consistently reliable no matter the situation. Having emotional intelligence and being too emotional are two different things. You have to come to realize that. When they say you are emotional, it doesn't mean that you have emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand other people's feelings, other people's emotions, internalize them and give an adequate response. Another thing that I want to add, which is very important, which if you have not been doing, you need to start doing right now. Taking up a leadership position. It doesn't matter where it is, take it up. Taking up a leadership role enables you to develop a very strong personality. Hence, what happens is people are more likely to look up to you. People only look up to the people that they respect. Hence, you need to take up more leadership roles. Leadership teaches you a lot about responsibility. I've been doing it my whole life. And thank God I have. It has taught me a lot about people. Leadership does not have to be a big role. You can take leadership for your own life. Lead your life where you want it to go. You cannot let the troublesome nature, Mother Nature, you cannot let it lead your life. That is not sufficient. That is not an ideal plan. You need to have a resolute plan where you're able to go, I want that, I don't want that. And as you are able to direct your life in a manner in which you see fit, you need to move your life in a direction where you are able to be proud of yourself, where you are happy. Taking up a leadership position is always good, especially for a man. If you are a man, you need to be responsible for something. You need to take up a leadership position for something. That is the only way you're going to be happy. Siblings, it doesn't matter, take it up. Your old age mother, it doesn't matter, take it up. Your community, it doesn't matter, take it up. But it starts with the small steps. First, take responsibility for yourself. If you're not even able to help yourself, why would another person entrust their life in your hands? Gaining back respect requires accountability, a high level of self-awareness, and the willingness to improve yourself. You have to know the qualities that make people disrespect you and avoid them. You have to gain a high level of emotional awareness. You also have to understand and respect others, because it is the only way that you can gain respect. And you have to be a well-rounded individual. You have to show leadership skills, because people want to look up to you. Generally, they're going to respect you. With all that said, I would like to conclude by telling you to stay delicious. It has been Calicious with you guys, explaining the intricacies of life and showing you the possibilities and just how awesome life can be. Stay delicious.